Hey guys, this is Ronnie, and today I actually decided to do a part 3 of In the Mind of a Loner. Now, before you watch this video, if you haven't checked out my other 2 parts, you should probably check those out, because a lot of stuff that I'll say will might make a connection to those other parts. So, yeah, one thing I want to talk about, this here is an energy drink. And okay, so I've heard a lot about bad stuff, supposedly, about this Monster energy drink, and a lot of people blame them for killing people, and it kind of really irritates me. It kind of really pisses me off, because when you think, I'm walking here right now. And I've been drinking these since I was probably in middle school. Yeah, since I was like in 8th grade. And I haven't had any problems. I haven't had my heart pumped or any crap like that. I mean, and so they say that these drinks, that they'll kill you and stuff. And people blame these. They say that these kill people. Well, I gotta argue with that because, well, you don't know, first of all, you don't know how many they drank. I mean, back then the cans said like limit 3 cans a day or something like that. Well, when you're dead, you cannot say, oh, well, I had like 5 or 6 cans. No, once you're dead, you can't really argue, or you cannot, tell them how many you drank. So I don't know where people get this fucking idea that these kill people. I mean, also, you also don't know if they're under drugs or something, because I don't think mixing this with like an alcoholic beverage or smoking something, I don't think that's a good idea. So that could be an option. But no, people just want to make this straight up assumption, thinking that they know everything, and just say that, oh, well, basically if you drink one of these, you're gonna die or something. And I gotta say, you'd have to have a really weak stomach or something like that. I mean, really, really weak. Because I drink these a lot every now and then. And I don't really feel anything. And so, another thing that pisses me off is, okay, I don't know if you've heard about this, but there was a fire at the Imagination Station at Reynolds High School. And I supposedly got blamed for it. Well, not blamed entirely, but I was a person of interest just because I wore certain clothes and because I had a Guy Fawkes mask for Anonymous. Well, it's not illegal to wear an anonymous mask. Maybe I just don't want people knowing who I am. Maybe I don't feel comfortable. Do people ever consider that? No. And so, anyways, this was probably 3 months ago. Around there, 2 to 4, maybe between 2 to 4 months. Yeah, around there, 2 to 4 months, probably around 4 months ago. These guys that said they were detectives, they came to my school, and this was when I was still in school, and they decided to I spent a few hours, missing class, missing school, just to talk to them. And they said that someone apparently recorded me walking down the street or something like that with a friend with a black hoodie or something. First of all, they're making a stupid stereotype that, oh, just because I'm wearing a black hoodie just gives you a right to just accuse me of being a person of interest. Well, this is what really pissed me off, is that I used to carry my laptop with me to school, because I actually did schoolwork back then. Like in my math class, they put me in a class that was too easy, so I had to do online stuff, and they decided to just take my laptop and my well, not this smartphone that I'm recording with right now, but a more expensive one. And what really pissed me off is that they took those, they took my iPad, they took a lot of stuff, even my Guy Fawkes mask, because I took a picture of me wearing it. I mean, that looks, I know, I get where they're coming from on this part where I was wearing the mask. And I took a picture of the playground, and I simply made a post online saying that I hope that there's justice to whoever did this to the playground. I was actually I was not supporting the person who did it. I was supporting the people who were trying to find out who did it, who were trying to crack the case. And it really fucking pissed me off because they saw that and they just made a stupid assumption that, oh, well, I was, probably one of the people that did it and stuff. And then after talking to them, they really harassed me, because when I was living with my dad, and you can ask my dad, neighbors, anyone, but they pretty much went through my house and just went through all my clothing, took pictures of all my clothes, and just treated me like a fucking criminal. And it's fucking pissing me off. And so, it's like July like 17th or July 18th, around there. And I still haven't given my shit back. They gave me one of my smartphones, and they gave me my iPad and my iPod back, which that was one of the other things that they grabbed, was my iPod. But they haven't given me my laptop or my other smartphone. And the smartphone was actually an HTC One. It was an older model. And, well, this phone that I have is a Galaxy S3. So, when I kept telling the police officer at school to keep emailing them. And so, but when I talked to them, and I asked them, how long is it going to be and stuff, and they said, well, they can't tell me because they don't want to make up a lie or something. And then they said, well, it's either you can allow us to take your stuff, or not exactly saying it that way, but like allowing us to pretty much use it for investigation or whatever, or they get a search warrant. And I figured, well, if I said no, it's going to make me look more suspicious. And I was just being cool the whole time. I was just, being cooperative. So I was like, go ahead, search my locker. So they did. They grabbed my laptop, they grabbed a lot of stuff, and they still haven't given it back. I seriously feel like this is stealing right now, but they don't care. It's just like society. They don't care. They make a stereotype. They don't care. They don't care who they blame. So I've literally been contacting I've been talking to the sergeant that worked at the school. I talked to the police officer. I talked to a lot of people. And what pissed me off is that I found out that they sent my stuff over to these other professionals or something like that. And apparently they're doing some forensic thing. Well, apparently there's been a lot of stuff, supposedly. There's been a lot of other stuff going on. And they've just been putting my stuff on hold for all this time, for months now. And it makes me wonder, will I even get it back? Because I don't know these people, and they just grab my stuff and they don't even give it back. I wouldn't normally make this video about that, but there's been a few days where I've just been really pissed off, just wondering, if I should even sue them. But can I sue them though? No. Probably because they're a higher power. They think they can do what they want with us. That's just how this world runs. Is that people think they can do whatever they want if they have a higher power than you. Authority. They have authority. And that's not right. Because like I said in my previous videos, is without the, I would look at a police officer. If they were abusing me, I would look at them and just be like, well, if you didn't have that shiny badge or that blue shirt, where would you be at now? If you didn't have your job to your duties to arrest people or whatever, or drug search or anything, where would you be at now? So I just think it's stupid. And what irritated me more was that, that stuff costed money, and at the time, that laptop, I needed that. Not just for my personal needs, but to live. Because at the time, on that laptop, I had to make ads and stuff online when I was living with my dad because he couldn't have a job, so he had to pretty much buy and resell stuff. They didn't care. They pretty much don't care if we die. It just seems that way. Now I know a lot of you probably thinking, well, you got a smartphone. Go to somewhere where there's Wi-Fi. Or if you didn't, well, I didn't have the smartphone until I got it back like a couple weeks after they took it. And then you're probably going to ask, well, there's libraries that have computers. Use those. Well, thing that I don't like is that you sharing computers is not a good idea. The reason why I say that is because I have a computer myself, and they also took a lot of my thumb drives. They took all my thumb drives and SD cards for like memory and shit. And well, let's just put it this way. The reason why I couldn't even go to library computers is because when I got the smartphone back, it needed like a driver or like an application, and you cannot install applications on public computers. They won't allow it. So yeah, I was, it really stressed me out because I paid money for that HTC. It was my mom's old phone, and I paid her like $20, and I got it from her. And that laptop was given to me from my uncle, and the thumb drives and SD cards I've collected over the years from buying stuff. They just took it all. They don't fucking care. It really does piss me off. It really does. See? You see this? You see this right here? This energy drink is what calms me down times like this. Because even though I try to forget about the past, because that's how I try to live, is, I try not to let the past, interfere with my life. Because then I look at people that are in jail and that are in prison, and I just think, well, the reason why they're probably in prison is because they let their past, they use that as an excuse to do their actions. For example, my dad, he, like I said in my past videos, he pretty much abused me during my life. He might deny it because he doesn't want to be embarrassed or anything, or he is embarrassed and doesn't want to admit the truth, but he'll usually say something, well, my mom did this and my mom did that when I was a kid. See, people use their past as an excuse for their actions. So anyways, this video is going to be almost done. I'm trying to make this more precisely, like 15 minutes, but I just want to say that for all of you out there, be very careful with how you think and stuff, and also the people that you talk to. See, this is one of the reasons why I'm a loner, is because I lost a lot of trust with people, because so many people have hurt me so bad. I mean, I'm not trying to complain, I'm not trying to do this poor me thing. I'm just saying, everyone needs to be careful out there. Don't trust everyone that you see. And even if they're higher power than you, because we're we're all not perfect. We're all limited with just everything. So yeah, thank you for watching, and check out my other videos.